Hello, dear students. So now let us understand about inflation versus deflation under the subject managerial economics. Okay. So inflation, deflation. So basically two opposite movements which is related to price level. Okay. In economics, inflation, deflation is very common. Sometimes inflation occurs, sometimes deflation occurs. Let us understand what is this. See, uh, if increase in prices of the products, sudden increase, that is inflation. The same thing in opposite manner, that is deflation. See, it influences consumer purchasing power, business profitability, investment decisions, and economic stability. Okay, so being an economist or being even a normal common individual, understanding about this inflation, what is this inflation, how it affects, and what is this deflation is very, very important. So let us understand. So meaning of inflation. So sustained increase in the general price level of goods and services over time. Okay. So today, if the price is 100 rupees and it is slowly increasing like 110 or 120, 115. So this is inflation, right? So if inflation happens, automatically what will happen in future? Decline in the purchasing power. Purchasing power starts declining, right? People will not buy. If price increases, keep on increasing, definitely purchasing power of people will be decreasing. That's the nature. So types of inflation, yes, demand pull inflation is there, cost push, and then built-in inflation. See, example like rising food and fuel prices, increasing overall cost of living. These are basic needs of human, right? Food as well as fuel. Okay. If these two things are increasing, definitely cost of living will be high. So causes and the impact of inflation, yes, excess demand. Excess demand in the sense people will not buy. So demand is more actually, right? People are not ready to buy because of this inflation. Increase in production cost starts increasing. For manufacturing, the cost getting raw materials from the supplier itself starts increasing. And then expansionary and monetary policies. Yes, monetary, everything will be, nowadays, what you are facing, every time we are facing that inflation, right? So monetary policy changes also we need to face. So impact on business side, like, higher input costs and then reduced consumer purchasing power. Consumers definitely they will not buy because of the inflation, or else their purchasing power will be very less based upon their needs. And then need for frequent price revisions. Okay. So next is deflation. So refers to persistent decline in the general price level. Okay. If that happens, automatically purchasing power will be increased. That is the opposite thing of inflation and deflation. Okay. So it often signals what it tells us, like weak demand. Demand is actually weak and the economic slowdown happens. This is also not safe. Okay. So falling prices of consumer electronics due to reduced demand. Next. So causes and impact of this deflation, like, decrease in aggregate demand. There we said as increase, right? Here it is decrease. And then excess production capacity, tight monetary policy, and then impact on business in the sense reduced revenues. How business get revenue if deflation occurs? Definitely not, right? And then postponement of consumer spending. Consumer, being acting as a consumer, he may think that yes, we'll buy later, not now. Okay. So that mindset will occur in the minds of all different individuals, and then lower investment incentives. Okay. So consumer delaying purchases expecting further price drops. Consumer, they'll be just like that. We'll purchase later. We'll purchase tomorrow, day after tomorrow, not now. Why today itself? So that mindset occurs. Okay. So see here, key differences: inflation, rising prices. For deflation, falling prices. There, reduced purchasing power, and here it is increased purchasing power. There, encourages spending, here, discourages spending. And there, risk of overheating economy, and here, risk of recession. So, both inflation as well as deflation are not safe for the better economic condition. So macroeconomic perspective, like both the inflation and deflation affect GDP rate, employment levels, even in interest rates, investment climate, all such things will be entirely affected because of this inflation and deflation. So how it should be? Moderate. Okay, so if it is in moderate or stable state, somehow both business as well as people can able to manage. But both this, two sides, inflation and deflation, is going on a peak condition, everybody will suffer a lot. That is, it includes common individuals, consumers, business, government. So entirely everybody will be affected. Clear? So this is all about inflation and deflation. Thank you all.